Hello, Wilson Wildcats. Today, I thought I would show you a game that we play at home with my family, and I thought maybe you might like to play with your family too. It's called One Base Baseball. In this game, you play with 9 innings, and instead of playing with 3 bases and home plate, like in baseball, you just play with a first base and home in order to score. You can play up to 9 innings, or you can modify that according to how much time that you have. Each team, so in this situation, my teammate is Brexton. She's my 4-year-old daughter. Wave to the Wildcats, Brexton. And then Payson is soon to be 12, and Kaden is 15. They are on a team. And if you have uneven age levels, then you can determine how many outs you want to have per team. A typical game plays with 3 outs per team, just like baseball. But in this game, we're going to play where they only get 2 outs, and Brexton and I get 3 outs. And before you get started, in order for all the kids to understand the game, you might want to do a lead-up activity, or you can also play it just with the ball if you don't have a bat at home. And it could be a throwing game rather than a baseball game. And how that works is Casey's going to take the ball, all right? And I'm going to start out. Here, Brexton, you stand over here. And instead of using the bat, we're just going to go through exactly how it's played. He's going to throw the ball to me. I'm going to catch the ball. And instead, if I had the bat, I would hit the ball out into the field. And the strategy is you want to hit it away from the people, and you want to make sure you also hit away from the base. When you hit the ball, they're able to get you out in 2 ways. They can either tag you with the ball, or they can use a force out play, which means that they have the ball in their hand and they will step on the base. You are not allowed to stop at first base. So that means you're not allowed to run and stop and wait there. You have to make it to first to home during your potential up. And if you don't make it to first to home, they can then run and step and get you out at home plate. So when you catch the ball, you can just throw the ball as far as you can, and then you would run up to the base. They would use some teamwork, and they step on the base, and that would be 1 out. So that shows you how they can play the game. As you can see, my base is a lot further back than Brexton. You can either modify the game by moving that base up when a younger sibling is up, or they can have their own base. In this case, Brexton's base is the red dot on the ground, and it's a frisbee. Instead of using a frisbee, you can also use cardboard if you don't have bases. I would recommend putting either pictures on the base, like a star or a smiley face, or maybe even their name. So when you're trying to explain the game while they're playing, you could say, run to the smiley face, come back and step on the orange base. They just have a better understanding of what to do. So Brexton's going to show you. Casey's going to throw it. I'm going to try to help her catch it. Good job. Now, Brexton, you throw the ball as far as you can away from them. Good. Run to the red frisbee base and run back. And good job. She steps on the base. After my team practices that way, then the other team is up and they get to practice throwing. Eventually, you're going to move to batting. If you have a wiffle ball bat at home, you can do that. If you don't, you can just play that game throwing. Instead of doing it with a bat, you could also do it with a kickball. And you can play the same game as a kickball game, and they can roll the ball and kick it. Or you can do what my family likes to do, and we do a combination. So if I'm up to bat, then I would be using this bat, and I would swing, hit the ball, and try to run. If Brexton was up to bat, I would either use a tee or a cone that Brexton can hit the ball off of if she wants to hit the ball. If we decide that maybe she doesn't want to have hit with the tee, or you don't have a tee at home, then what I want you to do is you can actually play with a kickball. So if Brexton's up to bat, she runs from back there, and then you would roll the ball up, run and kick it, Brexton, and she runs up to her base, run to the red base. Casey would get the ball. He'd be trying to get her out. Then Brexton steps on the base and tries to come out. All right, now once we all get out, then we get to be in the field and they're up to bat. So now Brexton and I come in the field, and Kaden and Kason go up to bat, and we're gonna use the baseball. Kaden, you're up. Kaden's gonna hurry and grab the bat, and she's gonna stand on the base, and I'm gonna pitch. I would recommend that you only pitch underhanded to your family. You're not trying to get them out or strike them out. You're trying to give them the opportunity to hit the ball. So you're gonna stand back there, and she's gonna play the field. Kaden's gonna put the bat back, and I'm gonna pitch the ball. It's kind of windy, so hopefully this will work. And she runs. I know that she has to come home, so I step on the base, and that's one out. Now it's Kason's turn. When Kason goes, oh man, we got a strike. And if we continue to play, you can play with 3 strikes if you want. You could just play until they hit it. You could play after 3 strikes, they get to use a tee. If Kason were to get out, they only had 2 outs, and we would switch, and that would be the first inning of the game. You would play either to 9 innings, or you would choose what to play. I hope you have fun playing this game as much as we do, and have a great day.